Hey, it's Robin, and welcome back to Southern Latitudes. It's been raining all week, and so you know what that means? I'm getting more editing done. Anyhow, this is a long one, but again, it's the full garden tour. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Welcome back to my full garden tour. I thought we'd start with something kind of new. I don't know the variety of these banana trees. Let me back up so you can see all of them. We usually just get bananas and that start in the winter, and done by April. And we did that this year. This one had a nice rack on it, but I got a good surprise. Look at this. I have extra bananas. They're just starting to unfold out. That looks like a nice group. And it takes about 120 days or so for a banana to become ready to pull the rack off. And then we let them sit inside the porch so the squirrels won't get them, because this is Squirrel Highway right here. I'm in a suburban garden and in a homestead, sort of. We have chickens and bunnies, but nothing else. You saw me trim down probably sometime in the early spring. We gave it a big haircut, and now it's come back very nice. How are you? Oh, I see Daddy let you out already, huh? I'll be back. Okay, so here's my market garden. And man, I don't know what to say except for it is what it is. This is in rest. I need to do a heavy weeding. I have the same weed that grows every year as soon as the rains start, and it takes over, and I hate it, but it's easy to pull it out, but it just takes a little time. The tomatoes are actually not producing anymore, even though they're still alive. So I'll pull them. We still have green onions that are the size of leeks in the corner. I have, let's show you, this is actually tender crisp celery, but it's not going to taste good. So it's all crunchy and weird because of the heat. And there's another patch of it. Let's see what else. This is turnip grass. So I'm going to get a tiller and we're going to retill all this. I have a little bit of German oregano hiding in the mess of grass. This is rosemary. You probably recognize that. We have 6 pineapples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, hold on, 6 is right there. That's what we got last year. That's what we got this year. It's a heavy pruning and weeding. These will be ready. Oh, they're like bananas. They take about 4 months, to the best of my knowledge. You don't really want to wait till they turn yellowy, because by then the possums are out here and raccoons and whatever. Beautiful new little surprise in the garden. Actually, it's not in the garden, which is even weirder. Okay. Oh, here's a beautiful bloom. I'll show you. I don't know exactly what, so I've been asking my friends, and we're pretty certain it's in the pumpkin family, and it looks a lot like it could become a Seminole pumpkin or a cross with a Seminole pumpkin. Let me find the girl fruit. Here we go. You see that? Yeah, so we're super stoked about this. It originated way over there, and I've been letting it travel. It's gorgeous, variegated. And there's where the ends are. So, or not even close to ends. So I'll probably trim up that side right there and let it continue down that path, and we'll have pumpkins hopefully on that path very soon. So we transferred some over here, and also down the row past my junk right there. So it's way more shady over here, and I thought they'd do better. They're just kind of recovering from the transplant, and then I start seeing these other little things. I'm like, what the heck? What is this? I realized the trash can was over here. Thank you, Captain. This is Captain. And I was like, oh my goodness, I had seeds left. This is probably dill. Dill heads were from when I pulled the big stalks. They probably dropped some seeds right there. So we're going to have some unexpected volunteer dill. First row, I have, or at least started with 23 Campari tomatoes. Those just came out of Publix. And they are a very heavy producer. If you've probably seen my Harvest With Me videos, you've seen I can pull in pounds and pounds of these tomatoes at a given time, and it's ready again. On the right side, I have I just called it a Public Sunshine. I had 11 of them in the first half of this cattle panel, and those were just, again, something else from Publix. And they're a little bigger than the Campari, and so, that's got a little split from the rain we had. But actually, they're very nice, and I will continue keeping these in my garden. Okay, so moving on. After this, we have some indigo apples. Yes, I got one down there. I should have had about 10 of those. And at the very end, see, aren't they beautiful? They have the little, let's see if I can get the focus. Anyhow, they have the little orangey dark tops when they're done. What are you guys? You're not supposed to be on my vegetables. I think those are stink bugs. I better take care of those. And then I'm supposed to have a green vernissage at the end, the last two, right there and there. And I guess I lost one, and the other one's just done nothing. So this one, oh my goodness, this is supposed to be indigo apple, but for some reason it's looking a lot bigger or better. It might have been a double blossom. So let's see on this side. Let me get out of here. Okay, so we're at the end of the row. This is a blue rind watermelon. I only had 3 seeds. One never germinated. The other one pretty much germinated and died immediately. So I got one chance left. And the squirrels might be eating on that panel. This is the third one down. I started with I had 5 green vernissage tomatoes, but again, they grew really well, but I might have started them too late. They're probably a great producer in the winter, so we'll try them again, but they just did not work in our very short spring here in Florida. But it's pretty cool. So look, we have on this side San Marzano, which only produced in the cold snap. They only put on fruit in the cold snap. But that's okay. We'll try these again in the winter. Lots of foliage, as you could see. Hopefully I'm not making you too dizzy. I've already got a whole bunch off of them. Now, on this one, we have black vernissage. Okay, do you see those? And this is what they look ripened. They never go like fully red, but they're beautiful bronze, if you will. And the only thing is, I would have to say negative. They taste amazing, probably the best flavor out here. But they do not stay ripe for long. They go right from being ripe to you better eat them that day or else they'll just ruin. And down here on the second half of the cattle panel, I hit a spider web. Ew! Is another set of San Marzanos. So that also probably came on during the cold snap. It is, I don't know if you can see that, but it'll try to put on some fruit, but the nights are over 70 degrees now, and that's sort of when I notice a lot of things will stop putting on fruit. So over here next to me, I have, this is 6 of them are Midnight Dream bell peppers. I have my list with me because I can't remember everybody's name. And they are just loaded with blooms. And they seem to be this way. They're about 2.5 feet high. They're growing great. I just fertilized them last week, and, well, nothing so far. I can't seem to get a piece of fruit on them. And the last two on the end here, red Marconis on these two. So, but also, again, not setting fruit. I have, on the end caps here, just Burpee's Best Marigold, Tanzania Sunshine Mix, which had one beautiful bloom, and I'll show you a picture of it. And because that's the only bloom I've ever had. And then on the very end, this is called a Jaguar Marigold. So, okay, let's keep moving. As you know, if you were with me before, this first half of the cattle panel had Socrates cucumbers, and the second half had dark cucumbers, which did fantastic, and they're all done. And you might have seen my baby boxer, who loves the cucumbers. He was eating them. See him over there? He's always with me in the garden. So all my dogs are. There's Tiki, there's Captain. So anyhow, I replaced this. I got some free seeds later in the spring, and I know that they're probably not going to fruit, but I thought I would just try to gain some information. So this is a purple Russian, and it's about 4 feet, close to 4 feet high so far. It grew great. I had 100% germination. I have no complaints. It's just probably one of those crops that, see, the fruit, or the blooms, I should say, are not going to probably put fruit on them. So, I don't know. It has lots of blooms. So, I'm pretty certain that's just a dud, and we'll have to try again in the fall, which is going to be fantastic. Oh, so let me, real quick, since we're here, this is Clumps and Spineless. I bought seed once, and this is probably like 8 to 10 years worth of saving seeds, and they just come back. And this is going to be a pretty good crop this year. Yeah, here's one that's a little bit bigger. I am pretty much the okra eater in my house. These blooms are just starting to open for the morning. Hey, bud. Yeah, you playing with your brothers? I have flat leaf Italian parsley down the front. And let's see. Oh, okay. Lots of peppers I got for you. Okay, you see the things going crazy right there in the back? That's a corbaci pepper. And they are producing so heavy, and they finally put some color on them. I have a whole drawer full of peppers in the house, so I better figure out what I'm doing fast. Probably going to pickle a bunch. Uh-oh, we got some play going on over here. Okay, sounds bad, but that's just fun stuff. Hey, shh, shh. Buddy. Put him in the house. And I thought, okay, nobody's going to be able to hear the rest of this video. So, like I said, I have 5 corbaci pepper plants, and believe it or not, there's actually 2 in one of these. 3, 4, 5. And then next I have 4 Arroz con Pollo from Baker Creek. Most of these are Baker Creeks, can be found there, or Johnny Seeds. So there's 4 of those, and as you can see, they're not putting on fruit. They look healthy as all get out. Lots of new growth on them, but boy, are they slow to mature. And that's okay. I got time because I got other peppers coming, so I'm okay with that. After that, I have 2 red Marconis right here, the little spindly things. Again, just like their brothers on that row. Nothing. Also very slow to mature, and, you know, that's okay. We got plenty of heat left in the Florida year, in the summer, and so we'll just keep going. And then that's another Arroz con Pollo, like these 2. It's a little shorter. It had some friends, and the friends died. Okay, here's some more celery, tender crisp celery that I planted there. I had some Tabasco peppers there, and a zinnia, and they died. Moving along, I had triple crown blackberry. Squirrels got to it. I tried to save it. It's still dead. This is my Marvel of Peru salmon sunset these are technically 4 o'clock flowers. They're very good. I put a couple in the front, and they died during my vacation, sadly. This is Chester Thornless Blackberry, and this is, oh, this is not a blackberry. This is Dwarf Everbearing Mulberry. So I'm just trying to find some homes for these guys. They came as live plants about a month ago. These are going to be snapdragons. This is a hollyhock that died. Probably bad time of year to start that. My bad. Marzurkia zinnia and Queen Lime zinnias. And this is a miracle fruit. So I moved everything that was scattered around the yard. I moved it to here in case my son had to water for me while I was gone on vacation. And we also had company here. I was distracted for a while. So, but the miracle fruit's done excellent, and it's about ready to see real dirt. Oh, let's finish up here. Okay. So, like I said, in the front row, the Tabascos are gone right there. Okay, so I have some bullnose sweet bell peppers right here in the front. And I don't know, maybe I'd have something else. It's possible that these are some Tabascos. Let's see, I'm trying to point. And these are the bullnose. But anyhow, I'm supposed to have, according to my notes, I'm supposed to have 4 or 5 bullnose sweet bell peppers. And those could be them. And they're producing, I don't have any on the others that I can see. But 2 of the plants are producing, so that's nice. And then I have Alma paprika peppers, I should be specific. And they are putting a little bit of color on them. This one started maturing very quickly. I don't know if it hit the pay dirt of compost or what, but this one's starting to produce. You know, it's doing okay. It's doing its thing. This did not come from Johnny or Johnny or Baker Creek. This was, I believe, I'll have to look it up, but I think it was Totally Tomatoes is where I got this seed. It was sort of a specialty thing. A little weeding back here, but these are jalapeno plants. I started them late, so they're kind of late. Yeah, these on the end are struggling. I might have to give them some extra love. And I haven't done anything with the front, but I'm thinking I may just build up the soil for fall and then maybe use it for onions or something like that. Garlic, who knows. This is my winter Mexican avocado, and it just went through some new growth once again. And it is happy as can be. It's a fast grower, maturing very well. We bought this at a plant sale in Brevard County, Florida. Some sort of flower group was having, this is how they raise money. So, some yellowing of the leaves. I'm going to have to figure that out. My yard, I just have miscellaneous spots for the new pineapples. So there's one, and here's another one sitting right next to, I think that's Virginia creepers. So I'm going to have to get some gloves on and pull that. And then we have a big open space, and this is going to be a future home probably of chickens. We'll move them out of the main yard and into the homestead lot. That's what we kind of call this side. Okay, and there's another pineapple. Like I said, they're scattered. So I have, since the last full garden tour update, I have these chickadee, there's 6 of them, blueberries that I transplanted. They got new growth. And I really need to get in here and remove the Everglades cherry tomatoes so the blueberries will stand out a lot better next time you see them in a garden tour. And I got my little ladybug crossing. So if you've seen any of my other videos, you know these are Chinese red noodle beans. That would be the best way to say it, I think. Yeah, I see some nice aphids all over these guys. Yeah, ew, ew, ew. So they are doing what they can to stay alive in the Florida heat. This is the first week of June. The ground ones are doing way better. Still blooming and everything, but it's stressed. You can tell. Everything's stressed in Florida in this heat. This is borage. Took over. There was some nasturtium in there. I'm collecting seed off of this one. Not getting too many more right now. I guess nice blooms. Moving on. I have some more nasturtiums. I have some lemon bee balm right there. My zinnias. This is ping tongue eggplant, and I have a few of them. One of them looks to be dying back, but it's also been dealing with these little orange bugs. So I have creeping thyme. That's doing well. That just got potted. Some more lemon bee balm, which is the coolest thing. So pretty. I forgot I planted these seeds. Over here I have Antigua eggplant. Again, they are blooming. I haven't seen any fruit yet put on, but it's possible. I need to hand pollinate. Over there across the way, right there, is creeping oleander, and it has gorgeous smelling blooms. But it's done with that. It's just working on some new growth right now. Some self-improvement. So we'll see. It'll bloom again soon, I'm sure. But it's doing so great in the ground. It's about 3 feet tall. Look at that. Beautiful butterfly right there. Red zinnias. And I had a sunflower there. She's gone now. Okay, so this is the Florida Cranberry. It's the red leaf hibiscus. It has like 7 names. It's a little faded out, but it's actually doing good. It's just putting up so much new growth since it got here. It's probably where it's taking all its time. It did have some blooms when I first got it in the ground, but it has quadrupled its size, so it's busy working on that. And then this is Roselle, which is another type of cranberry. And these came from seeds. I believe Baker Creek did that. So, yeah, I got 5 babies. 4 have survived. So we're still... It looks like these are going to make it. So they're loving the heat. Got no complaints there. This is where I had garlic. I had 5 green globe asparagus. People said it was near impossible to do in Florida. I think for the most part it would have been a little okay if I paid better attention. It made it through the cold snap. I'm showing you dirt because that's where the other 3 or 4 were. I hit one of them with a lawnmower yesterday. I had 3. Now I'm down to 1, 2 green globes. Over here I had cilantro, and that went to seed. I collected seed. That was awesome. Then I had cumin, which didn't make it, but I need to throw in the ground right now because now's the heat. It loves the heat. And I had, German chamomile right here in this blank spot. None of that made it through this heat. Boy, it grew like crazy in the winter, but never got a bloom out of it. Here's some more Roselle. There's a second one. And here's the third one. And the 4th one. I gotta move some potato vines that are creeping over there. I've got zinnias. This is all red Russian kale. So, beautiful kale. I've never seen it make it this long. But it is finally, in June, as expected, getting some damage from bugs. So that means it's probably time to go ahead and pull it. Wash what I can. The aphids did not do anything serious this year like it has in the other garden, and I'll freeze it back. Not really hungry for greens right now since I still got the front kale garden going. This is my pink rose, and okay, let me come back and show you. This is my grafted, so it's a grafting of Meyer lemon and red ruby grapefruit. So it looks like I'm gonna lose that one. The grapefruit right there. And this is probably a Meyer lemon. They're shaped a little different. It's easier to tell them apart. So again, I bought that Home Depot, and it's doing really well. And it was always a goal of mine to put some fruit trees, some permaculture on this land. So these are some beans in here. Not doing real good. This side looks like it died out. It's dried up right there. That's okay. It's probably the wrong season. I'll try again in the winter. This is air potato, and it puts out a vine, and it's all over my lot. And I tried to pull as many air potatoes as I could out, but the bobcat buried a whole bunch. Here's the bloom on these climbing beans. I'll have to look up the name for you. In the shady area. This is orange Crossandra. I hope I'm saying that right. This is called Musical Notes. It's beautiful. It does not like the cold, but it has turned on this heat. Aren't they beautiful? I got pineapples that need to go in the ground. This is the yellow Crossandra. That looks much different than the orange Crossandra. More pineapples, more musical notes, and excuse the garbage can. And then this is like, I have to verify, but I thought it was like a Panama Queen, and it's supposed to look a little bit like a shrimp plant, but it's not producing, it's not happy, and it has a brother over there, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Boy, it was supposed to be really pretty. We've had shrimp plants here in this yard, and they did great. I don't know why this one's not. It's got a beautiful trunk on it. This is a trial that we're doing. There's Mexican heather. Boy, it looks different. Some leaves are variegated and some aren't. But this is supposed to be a zucchini rapido. It's Italian. And, oh, look, it's putting out a vine. It's getting a little bug damage, but it's supposed to go up to 95 degrees, so I'm experimenting to see if it works well in Florida weather. I tell you one thing, it grows well like other squashes. It's had some good rain, too. This is sort of my mess of an area. It's flowers, of course, and it had some flowers, what the squirrels didn't get. And I have all sorts of brand new florals I've just put in. These were cosmos. They're dying. I'll just put the name above each one because I certainly don't remember them. Now that's Sweet William dianthus. This is dahlia. I need to take off the bad blooms, but it's about ready to pop out new growth again. More Sweet William. Can you see those? Aren't they pretty? This is Brazilian candle flame, putting out new growth. It's about to put out a bloom right there. I mean, it has these red things, but that's not where the beauty is. The beauty is this little blue flame it puts out. It's really cool. Some more cosmos. Some more Sweet William. Oh, and my Tabasco. Look, it's cute, isn't it? Can you see between there? It's starting to put some colored ones out. And on the bottom and all across here, I have some volunteer borage from where Mr. Borge was before, and I had other borges up along this fence. That's the side. I had potatoes over here. They're all pulled and done. Probably only have like 2 cabbages left. There's one. I ate that one last week. I made coleslaw. So it's pretty cool. Here's some more florals that I just put in. Sweet William has got to go through its cycle and bloom again. So, yeah. These were on the rack of death or the clearance area. Ah, there's a beautiful cabbage in there hiding. So this is a deep purple, yellow. This is red. So it's going to be so beautiful when it's really it's just in transplant shock right now, but it's going to be so beautiful when it's done. My last red Norland potato is done, and so it's time to pull and see what I got. Okay, so what's left? This used to have radishes and all sorts of lettuces in here in a beautiful rainbow pattern, as you can see. The kale is still in the pattern and still fighting a good fight. So this side has that blue Scotch curl or curled Scotch, the typical, that you see in the store. This is a red Ursa. Some more of the curled kind. Stink bug. What are you doing? Red Ursa. Now, this is dinosaur kale, or Nero de Toscana is the actual name of the seed. Delicious, absolutely delicious. And I can't believe here it is June, and I still have kale. And I can only say that's probably because it's in the shade. It's doing amazing out here. This one looks like it might be getting a little pressure from aphids because this is red Ursa, and it's not supposed to be crunchy looking. So I think the bugs are making it like that. Weed. Oh, and this is my favorite Cosmo. You see that? It's tubular. It's the coolest thing. I don't know what variety it is. It was in a mixed pack. But I'll take it all day long. This is my Persian lime, and it did put out some new blooms, which have kind of fallen off. I don't think they got pollinated, but there's some of the other ones from the fall season and winter. And real quickly, let me take you over here. I have asparagus from a seed out of California, and it's okay. I only have a few, so we'll see where that goes. I also have right there sweet basil. I have aloe mixed in with some weeds. Now this is Navajo. Can you see that? Navajo blackberries. So that's just kind of hiding over here in the shade. I missed that earlier.